These are my people. There's this guy, this is by way of example, Claire, you're gonna like this, I think. This guy worked for my dad, and this guy's name was Gary Mules. And actually, I take it back, well, it was part-time employment because Gary was in jail a whole lot. So when he wasn't in jail, he worked for my dad. And
we call that part-time employment.
That's exactly right, yeah. And so Gary, though, he's the epitome of my people. Became sort of a hero of mine at an early age. We could work on rental properties together, and he had this. And this is the deal. My people, we're Southern, but we're almost genius. You know, there's almost a Southern genius to it. By way of example, that's why I'm not okay. Cut from the same cloth. I said, Gary, he had bought this van at a pawn shop, and thank you. There's like 2 people that think that's weird. I knew what you were saying inside. We're okay. With my people, I might even want to tell you this. But so it's like an auto trader kind of system we got worked out. You know, you go get the vehicle for like $2 at the pawn shop, and then when it breaks down, you just leave it where it is, and then you go get another one. And Gary bought this van, and believe it or not, he was prone to vehicular malfunction on occasion, and one time the brake lights went out, and so here's what you do, almost genius, my people, you just spray paint and stop in the back, you know, and that's fine, man. But it's best if you do, if you see here coming, best if you pull over, you know, safety first, all that thing, and they passed. And another time, I remember riding in the back of the van, and I was sitting on the love seat he had put back there, and I was about 11, I guess, and my feet were propped up on something. I said, Gary, what are my feet sitting on? And he says, that's a gas tank. And I did not know a lot about, you know, vehicular structure back then. I just knew that most of the time I was outdoors instead of indoors with people. And so I said, well, why is that? And he says, well, because the gas gauge broke. And I couldn't string together the logic, but being almost genius, I suspected he knew what he was talking about. And so I said, well, Gary, what does that have to do with the gas gauge? And he said, well, now I just reach behind me and I shake on it and figure out, you know, how much fun. It's almost genius. Almost. It's real close. And, but the best example I have, he had, you know, Claire, in a vehicle, well, his accelerator pedal, the cable that goes from it had broken, and it's attached, you know, the one on the right goes forward, and depending on, forward or backwards, depending on which letter it's on, you know, and I can't figure out what the one on the left does, but the cables are broken, as it goes through the floor and comes out, so when it attaches the accelerator arm, and so when you press on it, you know, it would move, and that means there's no fuel and there's no combustion. You can't go forward or back depending on which letter it is. So here's what he did. You know, the intrusion of plastics between the driver and the passenger. You know, that what it is. That's the engine. You're separated by mere plastics from a combustible engine. I don't know if you thought about that. Probably somebody from East Texas. So here's what he did. He drilled a hole to the plastic engine cover and tied a rope to the accelerator arm, and then that was down to your gas. Just pull the rope. That didn't stop there. That's almost huge. But this, he then cut a slit down from the hole and tied knots to different speed increments. Cruise control. That's you don't feel it, that's not going to do it, right? Luckily, it stopped painting on the back of it, so you're all fine. So I'm just saying, when I asked for your permission to get rowdy, my mind don't work like yours. So if you don't mind, we're going to get a little rambunctious together in this room. This is a song that is known by many of us, and if your foot starts stomping, don't panic. It's part of the hands clapping. It's going to stir us all up inside. This is a song I saw a lot by Hank Williams Sr. Let's have a little good time. Ready? Yes. Now you've done the technology. Now we can have to go at it. That was close, man. That was close. I can't believe that we almost. Yeah, think about it. Think about it. This is what's called tension and suspense. And it's building, I can feel it. In fact, I'm undeterred by the silence. Oh my word. All right, here we go.